This is from Kate. I've always struggled with my fear of commitment. I come from a family of divorce. I don't have a lot of faith in the institution of marriage. Before my current relationship, I've had 2 long-term significant relationships. And in those relationships, I ended them because they were getting too serious and talking of marriage. Now I'm with a wonderful man that I actually could consider marrying, but with this nagging feeling that marriage means entrapment and unhappiness. Will that ever go away, that nagging feeling of entrapment?
I think this is something that you and your partner should talk about with a third party in the room. You know, I think that if you're serious about wanting to stay with this person, the very best thing for you to both do is to get a neutral professional who you can sit with and discuss these issues and what's at the bottom of them, and articulate your fears. I mean, my experience with fear is that Rumpelstiltskin-like, once you're able to give it a name, it tends to lose its power. You know, and I can completely understand your question. I wrote an entire book about trying to process my own fears of commitment and my own fears of marriage, and I think just by identifying it and by discussing it with a warm, giving, listening partner, I was able to work my way through. I do also want to say, I don't believe necessarily that every committed relationship has to end in matrimony.
And also there's another thing.
Mine did, because we couldn't live in the same country otherwise, but I do believe that you can, you know, if it's okay with your partner, you can set your own terms. There's no template.
But there's also a big thing here, and what I'm feeling from this person is anxiety, and I think that the only thing that makes anxiety go away is time. Yeah. Because when I first met my husband, we were together about 6 months, and he wanted to get married, and I said, oh no, I'm never getting married. I don't want to be married. And after 3 years, then I wanted to. But that takes time to break down, because marriage can be entrapment. And marriage, we've seen a lot of unhappy marriages, and if you're a child of divorce, you've seen 2 people be unhappy. So it's important. Time is a very big thing.
I also just want to say, marriage or no marriage, matrimony or no matrimony, there are paths that you can take to free yourself from your family's history and to distinguish yourself from them. You are not them. And you are entitled to create a life and a paradigm of intimacy for yourself that reflects your own needs and your own desires, and in the end will have nothing to do with your parents. Exactly. But that's going to take work, and it's work worth doing. It's kind of your only job, actually.
And it's going to take time.
Otherwise, your parents are running your life for your entire life.
Exactly.